welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Thursday, March 7th, 2024. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. A free agent became available yesterday that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan should definitely have their eye on, and that is former All-Pro returner Deonte Harty. The Bills cut Harty, and he could be a real boost to the 49ers special teams. He averaged more than 12 yards per punt return last year. He also took one of the house that was tied for the league lead. I can't believe this is true. The 49ers have not had a punt return touchdown in a game since week 1 of 2011. That was Ted Ginn for the Jim Harbaugh 49ers. In fact, since that game, when they also had a kick return by Ted Ginn, the Niners have only had one kick return touchdown. That was Richie James in 2018. They have not gotten anything, basically, from their return game, whether it's Ray McLeod, whether it's Richie James, whoever it was. It just hasn't really been a good spot for the 49ers. They could really improve that if they were to sign Deonte Harty. And by the way, just a quick lesson. The Bills, I mentioned they cut Harty. They also cut a bunch of good players yesterday. Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, former All-Pro, Mitch Morse, who's a solid center, Naheem Hines, the running back. They had to do this because they couldn't afford to pay everybody because they're paying Josh Allen. They've had to make tough decisions and cut the team down. This is where the 49ers would be if they didn't have Brock Purdy on such a cheap contract. Let's take a breath, take a minute to realize how fortunate the Niners are in this current situation, that they don't have to make the hard decisions that the Bills made yesterday. This is a very good thing for the 49ers, and those decisions are coming, rest assured, but they're not coming next year, and that's because of Brock Purdy. I know it's frustrating. I know we're all angry they didn't win the Super Bowl, but the truth is they are going to get another bite at the apple next year, and let's not take that for granted, because who knows where the Bills are going to be, and they still have a really, really good quarterback. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Thursday, the case to retain Clelin Ferrell. Eric Branch has a piece in the Chronicle about 3 players the 49ers should make an effort to keep. Clelin Ferrell is definitely one of them. One guy who's not in the piece, Chase Young. Eric Branch is not a fan of Chase Young, doesn't think the 49ers need to bring him back. If you want to find out why, click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch, this isn't going to take a bunch of your time, but it has to do with Mike McDaniel, who turned 41 years old yesterday. Apparently, he kind of weaseled his way into Andrew Hawkins' wedding when Hawkins was with the Browns. It's a very funny story. Again, it's not very long. If you want to read it or watch it, I should say, click the link in the description of this episode. See, we put everything in there for you. One-stop shop. One thing you may have missed, the NFL announced the viewership of the NFL Scouting Combine. Basically, they said a little over 5 million people tuned in over the 4-day event. It's an average of about 1.25 million people per day. For full context, NBA games on ESPN and ABC have averaged about 1.7 million viewers. So the NFL got almost as many televising workouts of players that most people haven't even heard of. Just goes to show the immense popularity of the NFL. Clearly, it is king, and clearly it is not going anywhere for a long, long time. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the bell. You'll get notified every single time we go live, which is every single weekday for you. Today, it'll be me and Levin Black, 10 a.m. Pacific time, the original Gold Standard Podcast. You definitely are not going to want to miss that one. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.